What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles. Today, focusing on Patrick Sanvido, the Windsor Spitfires, 6'5" defenseman that weighs 220 pounds, can fight and brings a lot of tenacity, not a lot of offense. In his defensive work, can use some improvement. 8 points in 64 games this year and was a minus 21. Not something you want to see from a defenseman. But I think there's a lot to work with within his package. Being 6'5" means you're going to get looks no matter what. And I think he can kind of be, he's the 140th ranked North American skater according to Central Scouting. I think he could be like last year, Keegan Kanzig from the Victoria Royals of the Western League, who really jumped up draft boards because of his size. I think he's not as big in terms of, he's not as heavy as Kanzig, but I think they're a similar player in terms of productivity. Kanzig's a little more tenacious. I think Sanvido may have a little more all-around upside, but I think embracing what he is, and that's he's not going to be the superstar all-around offensive defenseman, but he can give you a physical, honest package, and again, you can't teach size, and it's worth taking a flyer on him. Again, going off this, he'd probably go in the 5th or 6th round. Maybe a team takes him in the 4th. I mean, Kansas went in the 3rd last year. So, it's not unheard of to see huge defensemen take jumps and go ahead of where they're slotted. And again, I think if a team, the right situation, the right development process, he can be an effective professional hockey player. How high is the upside? I don't know. Being 6'5" and he can fight, which is always good. Having one of those guys back there that can drop the gloves and be tough to play against. I'd like to see his defensive work, his defensive game improve. And I think Windsor not having Pat Seeloff this year, he had to take more of the burden defensively, and maybe he wasn't ready for it. And that's just the way the development process works. And I think had he been eased in a little more gradually. He probably could have done a little bit better in terms of statistics, but hockey's more than statistics, and the product you're getting here is not finished. He's definitely a very, very raw player that I think can be coached up to be an effective defenseman at the professional level. And again, Windsor's had a pretty good run of producing quality professional hockey players over the years, and I think you can do a lot worse than taking this kid in the 4th or 5th round. I mean, that's just my thing, because teams need big defensemen if they want to be effective and be tough to play against in the new NHL, the quote-unquote new NHL. And again, I think if a team can look at him and say, there's some things we can do with him, maybe that's something that gets done. But I like him as a prospect. I mean, I don't think he's going to be Paul Coffey out there, but I think there is something to work with. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles on Patrick Sanvido of the Windsor Spitfires. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season, the playoffs, and beyond. Later, guys.